for your first performer for the evening. She's fabulous. You might have seen her vagina display recently. She might tell you all about it. Please go wild for the very fabulous Mari Barron!
Who did them chickenpox parties as kids? You know, when your mum wanted everyone to get the chickenpox together and you get together and just get over and done with. I've just bought some tickets to the coronavirus party, the Blues Festival. So that's going to be exciting. I'm loving all the talk about toilet paper. I'm actually really needed toilet paper last week and I was feeling a bit embarrassed to go and buy some because I didn't want to look like I'm a panic buyer. So I waited till someone was visiting and they said, can I grab anything from the shops? And made them buy my toilet paper for me. But seriously, I live off-grid on a farm and, most of the world doesn't use toilet paper. And I was thinking, we've got cattle dogs, they eat anything. They could lick your ass clean. I'm sensing the audience here. We've got a pile over here absolutely disgusted. We've got this pile over here a bit excited. That's illegal. So don't think any further on. And someone down here, I think I've busted your secret. I'm sorry about that. She confirmed, yes. I have a crazy sister-in-law and I wanted to send a message about harm minimisation around eating too much mull cake. She woke up the other day and she was late for a funeral. It was a half an hour drive and her and her partner got up. It was a bit flooding, had to drive through floodwater. They got to the funeral home. The funeral had already started, the service had already started and there was 2 seats down the front. They crept in and sat in the seat and looked up and realised they were at the wrong funeral. And they couldn't kind of leave and they were really, really fucked up on some really strong dope cake. And so she's sitting there trying to keep a straight face and and she ends up like heaving in tears and laughter, but hiding it. So she looks like she's like sobbing, hysterically upset, like maybe the hidden mistress to this guy whose funeral it was. And they sat through the whole thing only to find out later that it was the wrong week. So just keep off the dope cake, I reckon, I did bring along my friend the silver fox. This is my silver fox. I recently was praying to my goddess in the mirror when I noticed I had some silver hairs growing down there. Very excited because it means she's nice and wise right now. And she likes me to play with her and keep her happy. When you have a pile of sex toys, everyone's got a favourite. You can pretend that you use the other ones because you don't want them to feel left out, but everyone's got a favourite, yeah? Well, this is a story about my favourite sex toy. Me and my partner recently went to Brisbane for a dirty weekend and the silver fox, she likes to get attention, So we went up there for a dirty weekend. It was a complete flop. I didn't know it was really hard to pick up a third wheel for a threesome. Apparently it's all online these days, and I don't know how to do online. I had to ring up my 22-year-old daughter to help me figure out how to use Tinder. And I figured out that they're called unicorns, the people that come in for threesomes. And so I wrote on my Tinder profile, looking for a unicorn, we have a unicorn mask. Anyway, look, we kind of got home not having had any success because we'd kind of gone to pubs, which is apparently not really where you pick up these days. Got home and then the shock horror that we'd left our favourite dildo up in the hotel room. Now, I've named my favourite dildo, I've named it Phil because it fills my heart. And, That's okay. And, this was like I'd lost one of the kids. I started quite a severe grieving process. There was that shock and anger and blame. Who left it? Fuck, whose fault is it? And it was just like these waves of grief just rolling over me. And it was just in shock, just disbelief. How could this happen? This was a really good quality one. It was just perfect size. And the next day I was getting my hair cut by my sexy gay European hairdresser who just said, "What do you mean? It's like a pair of sunglasses. You ring up and ask the hotel if they've got it." And it hadn't even occurred to me to do that. You know, I was like, oh, he planted the seed. And then at lunch a little bit later, I had another friend encourage me to do the same. So I ring up, and this is kind of what happened. I ring up, and there was a young Asian woman. I'm not going to do the Asian accent because you'll all laugh at me, and I'm not here for that. I ring up, and I say, "Hi, I was in room 513, checked out yesterday, and I've left my favourite dildo there." And she was like, "Sorry, what was that?" And I said, "A dildo. I've left a dildo in the room." And she said, "What's your name?" And Myri Joy Barron, we're in 513. "What did you leave again?" And I'm like, "It's like a vibrator. It's a sex toy, you know." And she's like, "Oh, like what?" And I said it again. And then I realised I was probably on speakerphone for all the staff to be enjoying at this stage. And she says to me, "Look, what I'll do is," she said, "I'll ring house cleaning and I'll get back to you and see if we can find something." And got off the phone and, you know, I was getting a little bit excited about possibly being reunited with my Phil. And she rang back a few minutes later, about 5 minutes later. "Look, I'm sorry, room service couldn't find anything at all." And then I just back into grief mode, you know, just horrified. And I got a text message from my partner saying, "Hey, guess what? I found it. It was wrapped up in a T-shirt." Oh, I just squirted on the spot. I was so relieved. So the moral of the story is when you go and you stay at a hotel room, I think we should all ring up and report lost and missing dildos, because imagine the fun we've given that receptionist and the house cleaning team. You know, it's just spreading the love. I think it's something we can all do. Thank you very much, everyone.